I'm Jen Dayton. I'm the Collection Development Manager here at Darien Library, and I'm here with Stephanie Anderson, who's the head of the Reader's Advisory Department. And we're here, 5 minutes with Jen and Stephanie, to talk about the Costa Whitbread. The Costa Whitbread is one of our favorite awards. It's handed out every year in Great Britain. And the thing that makes this award so much fun is that it's eminently readable material. That's the basis of the award. It has to be a good story well told. Today we're going to talk about the first, there are two parts of the fiction prize. One is first novel and one is best overall fiction. We were very greedy and we ordered them off Amazon UK. Some of these have not been published yet in this country. And we're going to be talking about what we thought about some of these. And take it away, Steph. What have you got?
All right. Well, let's start with a book that's very close to our hearts here in the Darien Library because the author will be coming to visit us in the spring, All the Birds Singing by Evie Wyld. Evie Wyld is one of Granta's best young British novelists. She's really an up-and-coming voice. And this book is a really atmospheric and bizarre but lovely look into the life of a woman named Jake. And it goes back and forth between the present, when she's living sort of in this weird island and she has a flock of sheep and you don't really know why she's there, and then going back to her past and bringing the two together and figuring out how she ended up where she is and where she's going. It's just got, the writing of it is gorgeous. It's a little unsettling and a little eerie. We are so excited to have Evie coming to visit us, and if you like that sort of like odd, foggy, almost mysterious British book, this is the book for you.
Okay. Unexpected Lessons in Love by Bernadine Bishop. Celia meets her friend Helen when they're both undergoing treatment for cancer, colon cancer specifically. What I loved about this book is that it's the quintessential English novel to my mind. It reminded me a lot of if Rumer Garden had been writing about cancer. Sadly, Bernadine did not live to see that she was even nominated for the Costa. She succumbed to colon cancer herself. So there's a lot of detail in this book that might make you a little uncomfortable, but the writing is really lush, full of description, full of family. I really enjoyed it, and I think it would be great for book groups, for the discussion of family, friendship, and what it means to be battling something at the end of your life. I really enjoyed that one.
Great book group book, definitely, yeah. The next book we have is Idiopathic by Sam Byers. This is totally different than the first two. This is a really wide range of books get nominated for this award. This is a straight up British black humor satire. Definitely not for everybody, but the people it's for are going to love it. If you're an A.M. Holmes fan, Gary Steingart, that kind of sort of acidic writing that sometimes can even hit a little too close to home or just make you put down the book for a little while, this is the book for you. Really great.
The Shock of the Fall. Stephanie and I both loved this book, and I just want to read what it says in the flap of the book to give you an idea of what the flavor of this book is. I'll tell you what happened because it will be a good way to introduce my brother. His name's Simon. I think you're going to like him, I really do, but in a couple of pages he will be dead, and he was never the same after that. This is a beautifully written, wonderful look at a really dark subject of mental illness and loss. But it has moments of being very touching, very sweet, very funny. And it was the winner of the first novel prize. And Stephanie and I both love it. We think it would be great for book groups.
Also a great book group pick, definitely, yeah. This book I don't think is out in the U.S. yet. I'm not sure if it will because it is a very, very British book, but we have it here at the library. Marriage Material by Sathnam Sangara. I had no idea what to expect when I started this book, and I ended up loving it. It's about a story of a family that set up a typical corner shop in Britain, and going back and forth between 3 generations of that family and why the shop is important to some generations and not others, the love stories that intertwine between 2 different families. It is so funny and such an incredible look at basically the 20th century in Britain, and especially how immigrants have changed the fabric of Britain, but also become a part of that story as well. Very, very funny. The characters in it are so lovable. This would also be a great book group book, especially if your book group is really really into British fiction. A lot of these books have that in common. They're just so British. They couldn't be set anywhere else. But I would definitely recommend this book. It's a really great surprise.
I've heard that it's very, if you loved Major Pettigrew, you're going to
Oh,
love this.
totally. Yeah, it's got that feel of a Britain that doesn't exist anymore, but also how that Britain is turning into modern Britain. I mean, I really loved it a lot.
You loved it a lot.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Maggie O'Farrell's Instructions for the Heat Wave. It's Great Britain, 1976. They're going through the hottest summer ever on record. Father decides he's going down to the corner shop and he just never comes back. And so the mother of the family and her grown children decide to go to Ireland to find him. I love Maggie O'Farrell's writing. I did not love this as much as I loved The Hand That First Held Mine, but she's such a beautiful writer and she tells such a wonderful story. I highly recommend this. It's a good one.
To finish it off, a book you are probably so sick of us talking about. We've been talking about this book since before it came out. It's been over a year now. Kate Atkinson's Life After Life. Jen, what else can we say about this book? It's a masterpiece. I don't know what else to say about it. If you haven't read it yet, you must read it. One thing we've gotten feedback on patrons from is that it's slow to start. We're not going to deny it. All we're asking is that you give the book a good 50, 60 pages to get into it, get the feeling of it. It's just, Kate Atkinson has never written a bad book, but this takes her writing to a whole new level, and if you haven't read it yet, I mean, you've got to read it. This is a must-read.
It is her masterpiece, and there's some incantations of Ursula's life where your heart breaks for her. There's some pieces that she formulates that you are laughing out loud. I think I've never laughed about the Spanish influenza, but you will if you give it a chance with Life After Life. And it was the winner.
It was the winner. We predicted that one.
Yes, we did. And that's it.
That's it.
That's the Cost of Whitbread for 2013, 2014.
Yep.
Let us know what you think.